Hey guys, all right. So I want to talk a little bit about just starting your business and what your first goal is and just kind of how our comp plan works. That was probably the most confusing part for me was the comp plan because we do get paid 10 ways. So there's a lot of different ways that you're getting paid. And I'm telling you, I used the opportunity guide for like 4 months straight. Anytime anyone had a question or I was trying to recruit or just wondering even for my own self or a team member, I would just go back to that opportunity guide. And I still check it because I know it now. Obviously, I've been doing this almost 2 years, and but I still check it. I still check it. All right, so um, first, let's talk a little bit about attitude. For when you're in sales, this is kind of how I've seen it happen over the years. Let's say you're not selling. Let's say you bought something from me and you really like it. You go online and you talk about it and you don't feel weird. You don't feel, like spammy or anything like that. Like you're just sharing something that you're using and you're excited about. If you get a new hairstylist and she's really good, you probably do a shout out on Facebook about your new hairstylist. If you've tried a new restaurant and it's really good, you probably talk about that. So it's the same with our business. But what I've noticed over the last probably 22 years of doing this is a lot of people, they'll root for everyone else and then they start and then they feel weird. And we don't want to do weird stuff. We don't want to feel weird. So we don't actually launch our business. We don't actually talk about our business. But imagine if you were opening up a coffee shop, you would be so loud about it, right? All of your friends would come to your grand opening. But when you're doing a home-based business, you feel a certain way. That's what I've noticed over the years. So that's kind of like a mindset thing. So what I want you to do is get really excited because this business, I'm telling you, we are helping so many people. I didn't come here. Well, I came here for the money because we do have a really good comp plan, but I also came here because I knew I could help a lot of people. And that's really what it boiled down to because I built my last business for 11 years. I was making, I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I was making more there than I make here right now because I've only been doing this a year and a half. I see it building faster, and that's something that I want you to really think about and realize I see it growing faster of than what my team grew in my old company. Obviously, I have a lot more years there, so that's why I made more, but I see pharmacy long term. I have that long term vision. And I see pharmacy paying way more than I ever got paid here, but it's that long-term vision. And that's something I need you guys to have too, is that long-term vision. One of my old mentors told me to put on, it's kind of like, horse races, to put on blinders and just know where you're going. You might not see it yet. So when you're talking and you're launching your business, it all kind of goes together. Just the message I want to bring. And that's, you might not get results right away. And that's why most people quit. I'm telling you, when they say that, there's only a few people at the top. Well, first, the top, there's room for everybody, but it's because a lot of people quit before they got there. I almost did. I almost did. Everybody told me to get a regular job. They said, go back to school. They said this wasn't going to work for me. And I did it. I did it because I just kept getting up. I kept getting up. I didn't let lack of sales or lack of money even coming in stop me because I knew eventually I would get there. Eventually we will. Everything in this business is a skill set and you can master it. I have spent 22 years mastering it, so I can help you with that too. If it's sales, it's a mindset, it's a skill set. Every skill you can learn. If it's marketing, it's a skill set. It's not a talent. If it's recruiting, it's a skill set. Like you can learn all of this if you just stick in it long enough. I'm going to show you something real quick, and then we're going to get to the comp plan. Okay. My grandpa bought this for me. He's passed away now, but he got this from the Goodwill, and he came to my house and gave it to me. And it reminds me of that one photo. I don't know if you've seen that online where the guy is going for the diamonds and then he's so excited and he has like this much left. He's so excited. And then when he has about this much left, you see him walking away feeling defeated. That's what any entrepreneurship, not just network marketing, any entrepreneurships like that. I was a traditional business owner too. I owned tanning salons, boutiques. I was going to open a gym. I never opened it, but I did own tanning salons and boutiques for quite a few years. And I'm telling you, I had to use my at the time husband's. I had to use his check to pay the employees some weeks because sometimes customers just don't come in. That that's business, but I love this business. We don't have that overhead. I don't have to pay. employees. I don't have to pay for rent. I don't like this business is the business I want you to stick it out in, but any business you're going to go through those times. So I want you to know that up front. My sponsor long time ago, long time ago, he told me that. He said, I just need you to stick it out. I just need you to keep showing up to the calls, keep showing up to the meetings, and eventually you're going to learn all the skills and you're going to be good because we all start as not that great. And this is new for all of us. But just stick it out. And I listened to him and I believed him. And it worked. So I want to tell you that. All right, let's get to the comp plan. So I'm going to push you a little bit because I know you can do hard things. You can do hard things. You can do things that get you out of your comfort zone, especially when you're having fun doing it. So I'm going to push you and I want your goal. You're going to hit other goals on the way, okay? But I want your goal to be 15%. That is like our first level of leadership before you get to director status. So we do leadership calls with 15%. In the future, we don't have any planned right now, but I want to do some maybe like this spring, do some leadership retreats with 15% and above. It's just I think it's a position that's doable, but it's gonna stretch you, especially if you're new without any many followers or customers yet. It's gonna stretch you, but I know you can do it. So I want to explain the bonus levels. Like, what is this? Like, the titles are kind of weird, right? They're percentages. That's going to be your bonus level. So we get an extra. You can earn up to an X. It works for two ways. I'm going to tell you both ways it works. So we can earn up to an extra 25% on our personal sales. So I've seen people, I don't want you advertising at like 75% because when you think about it, 50% plus 25% is 75%, right? So I've seen people make those posts. That's not correct though. It actually equals out to be 62.5%. So we actually can earn 62.5% of everything we sell at pharmacy. That's huge, you guys. There is no other company that pays over 60%. Okay. I would hear about it. I would know about it. There is no other company that does that. That is huge. They think about it for other network marketers, but also people who want to be influencers or people who are affiliates, people selling on TikTok. They could be making so much more money just by incorporating things into their lifestyle. So think about that when you're out there talking about the business. Your bonus level, so it's up to, right? It's up to 62.5%. Your bonus level unlocks that extra amount. So if you hit 3%, you get an extra 3% on top of that 50%. So you're making 53%. Like that's pretty cool, but it's on the wholesale. So that's why it equals out to be 62.5% because it's not on retail, it's on the wholesale amount. That's still really good. And then it goes, so for 3%, this nose ring is so itchy. I'm so sorry. But for 3%, that is group volume of $200. Okay. If you have a notepad and a piece of paper, I want you to write that down. That is total of $200 group volume. And remember, group volume. So GV, if you see that, that stands for group volume. PV stands for personal volume. That's your personal sales. I know a lot of people came from the company that I came from. That's what they would call PRS, okay, is PV, personal volume. And what you're seeing is the 50% total already. So when you see your sales, think in your head like double that because that's really how much you sold or your team sold. So I think that's really cool to think like when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's double. So in my head, I always remember that. Um, your next goal after 3% is going to be 6%. Okay. With that, you unlock 6% more on the wholesale amount from your personal sales. So you're getting paid really, really good at pharmacy, you guys. And for that, that is $400 in group volume. So that's anything that you do. And if you do happen to build a team, anything they do as well. And we're going to go up to 15%. We're not going to go higher than that because that's the goal. That's the goal if you're new. Yes, invite your girls. And I am recording this. I'm going to get it on YouTube right away. Okay. But 9%, that is $600 group volume. So now you're getting extra 9% on that wholesale amount. You're getting paid so much. And honestly, $600 in group volume is very doable. Very, very doable. My son's coming in. My dog's gonna freak out. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, I said go fast. Go fast, I'm on a Zoom. All right, the next one's 12%. Group, and I want you guys to write this down too. The group volume for that is $900. $900 for 12%. Now you're getting an extra 12%. And then that's the goal. The goal is 15%. Okay, that's $1,400 in group volume. That's you and everyone on your team. You don't have to build a team though. You can do that on your own too. Like you might not get it right away, but I want that to be your goal. I want that to be your goal. You could do that with, I think back in the old school where we used to do home parties. I'm not saying you have to do a home party, but you can do a messenger party. Ruth is on here right now. She's the queen of messenger parties. She has a great training on it. But, when I would do home parties, sometimes I would have $1,000 party, like just one party. You never know. You never know. So we're going to be talking about that too. Okay, so those are the different bonus levels. Now, they also equal pay on your team too. Um, we're not going to go, actually, remember, we're not going to the 25% part. Forget I said that. We're gonna go on that in the next video. We're keeping it simple. Sorry, guys. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the welcome program. So I don't think our peeps utilize this enough. So if you don't know what the welcome program is, month one, 125. I need to update the website. Oh, sorry about Jackson, you guys. But anyways, 125 in sales, you're qualified. So $125 in personal sales, you're qualified for any bonuses, any gifts. Now, there isn't a quota to get commission per month. There's no quota. Yeah, you do have to be active, which is $125 every 6 months. Very easy when we buy our own toothpaste, buy our own body wash, our own shampoo. Very easy, okay? Even with just our own discount. Um, but to get any bonuses, which this would be a bonus, you have to have $125 in sales, which is very low. My old company, it was 500, and now I heard it is like over 5,000. So 125, I am not complaining about that at all. But the first month, you are going to get a primer, okay? Second month you do that, you're gonna get another free gift. Third month you get the hair oil. In the fourth month you get a backpack, or you can choose a product. So you have 4 months to do the welcome program. And then you guys, you can skip a month. Like if your first month you don't hit it, you do have one grace period. But it can only be your first month though, okay? You have one grace period that you can use. All right, I want to make sure I'm telling you everything before we get going. Okay, so get qualified, 125. If you haven't got a kit yet, I need you to do that. I need you to do that like tonight, as soon as possible. I don't want you to go inactive before you even start. So make sure to grab a kit, even if I recommend starting at the $125 kits, because then you're active right away. You're able to get that welcome gift right away. And it's off to a good start. You're going to have a good amount of products to show. Now, I started with the $500. Well, actually, I started with the $75 kit, and then I got the $500 kit after that. I could have saved money. I wanted the big one. You get almost $4,000 worth of product, and I wanted everything to incorporate into my life. But I would grab at least the 125 if you can. If you totally can't, at least get the $19 one, okay? The 19.99 or $20, whatever it is. Get that one at the very, very minimum so you can keep that 50% discount. You don't go inactive, and oh, we can make some money. Come on, Black Friday's coming up. We're gonna have a really good time. So make sure to grab that. If you are within your first 30 days, like if you got the Aloe Glow kit and you're like, man, I want to get the other, I want to get a different one. You can. You can if you're in your first month. So ha ha ha. And I want to answer any questions you guys. Oh, here's the new welcome program. Okay. Sorry, I told you wrong. I need to update it. I do have it updated on the website. Okay, I do. But I have the old one on there too. So month one, you're actually going to get a full blast mascara. I like that so much better. I love the full blast mascara. There is lash growth. In case you guys don't know, there's lash growth in all of our mascaras. That is a great selling point. If you could write that down, lash growth in every single mascara, even Zen. Zen is like, it cost us like $5. It's so inexpensive, but it has lash growth in it. It's actually castor oil. So we know people buy castor oil just just to put on their eyelashes. So you're going to get that month one. Month two, you are going to get the shampoo kit. Month three, you're going to get the elixir still. And the month four, you are going to get the backpack. So I told you everything right almost, except 1 month is actually better. Um, when you place your orders, you are already getting the 50% off. So I know I had that question when I first started. Like I placed like $100 order, it only showed me 50, and I'm like, why does it only show 50 and not 100? Because I was used to a different company where it showed the total amount, but it's because I only paid that. In my old company, I would pay full amount and then get my commission back. So that totally makes sense because I only paid 50%. I didn't pay the full amount. I only paid 50%. What we see is the wholesale amount of what we're paid off of because I didn't pay the other part. So does that make sense? That was confusing for me at first. I want to talk about Share the Beauty and pharmacy parties. So, Share the Beauty, I think, is a better option and a better choice than a pharmacy party, but it really depends on what the goal is and what the party's going to be like. Let me tell you the difference. So, a pharmacy party, you have to have $200 in sales, and then you make 40% commission, and the hostess gets 10% in pharmacy money in their pharmacy wallet to go shopping on the shopping spree. We don't use that one really. Okay. Share the Beauty so much better. Share the Beauty, you get full commission. You are able to get a link to your customer. They can create a customer account. It's completely free. So I have my hostesses, or, if you have, even if I'm placing orders for like my local customers, I'll do it under a party, under like Will's name, under a party. And I get the link. You can give $10. So it's like a $10 coupon. It's like a $10 gift card. And then anybody who shares it, and it has to be a customer, it can't be NFI. Anyone that shares it gets $10 in credit too. So why wouldn't people want to share that? They're going to be able to give $10 and they're going to get $10. That's so cool. And for any new order, and they can do that a lot. So I do that for parties. Like each order goes through on that link. So she gets $10, $10, $10. Instead of having to get $200 in sales, only getting 20%, that's $20. That's only two customers at her party. She can make way more than $20 in free makeup if she does the Share the Beauty. So that makes more sense. So it's not open for us, but you can open an account like under your husband's name, or I have a team member who has one under her doggy's name. And that's where she runs her parties. And she gets that credit. So, and she still gets commission on it too. It's a win-win-win. So that's an idea. And now let's talk about launching. Okay. Launching, I think this is such a good idea, and it only works if you get a kit though. So this is going to be if you got a kit. I think it's the best way to launch. Stormy, she recently came to our company. She told me this is what she's going to do before she came over. She told me this is how I'm going to run it, and it is so genius. So she has her people go through their house, get like a garbage bag. You don't really got to throw it away. I mean, I'm not for wasting stuff. But replace it. Replace it when it's getting low, when you need to replace it anyway. Replace it with stuff from yourself, or you can get it now. It's up to you. But grab a garbage bag and actually do a visual, like throw that shampoo away and say, you know what? I don't have to go and buy shampoo at the salon. I buy it from myself. I buy it from my own store. Go into, your bathroom, throw away the toothpaste. Show yourself like, I don't need Colgate. I buy an all natural toothpaste from myself, from my own store. And you're just talking about that as you're showing vitamins, protein powder, body lotion, like so your makeup, like so many things that we have, your coffee, your electrolyte, like all of these things shows that I'm buying this from my own store. Not only am I making money, I'm saving money. So that's kind of what I would do for a launch. That's better and more entertaining, and more people are going to watch it more of you going around and showing this visual more than they'll watch you sitting at your desk with a box, taking things out of a box. I think it's just a better visual. So that's an idea. That's what she has. And her people are winning, you guys. Like she hit president in literally like 2 months. So what they're doing is working, and that's what they're doing. So that's a really great way to launch. Um, PC price. I know I'm going over a lot of stuff. I hope you write this down. If not, I am recording this. But PC, you might see PC on the website. PC stands for preferred customer. So that is if they're on subscription for anything, it can be for anything. And they're going to get the PC price on anything. So anything on your website, they're going to get that PC price because now they're a preferred customer, even if that item is not what they're getting on subscription. As long as it's on the website and it has a PC price next to it, that's what they're getting it for. I try to get all my customers on subscription. I'd rather get people on subscription than have people sign up for a discount. I just think it's a better business move. They're still getting 25% off. They're still getting a discount. And my time and energy is going towards working with people who actually want to build a business with me. And so I really stress subscription. I also tell them they're going to get free shipping at, I believe it's $40. I do little things for people on subscription, like I'm going to send out a Christmas gift or something little and small for for people who are on subscription with me. I send out texts like my subscription customers are on, I'm doing a health challenge. So I send out text every morning just saying good morning. Here's what you should do today. I'm really involved with mine because I really want subscription customers. I really want them. Now we only are paid 40% on subscription. I want you guys to know that too, okay? I think it's worth it because it's doing the work once and getting paid over and over and over and over and over again on it. It's building that book of business. You know, cuz I'm thinking of I have 6 customers who've been on subscription with me for like almost a year. That's doing the work once and that's getting paid every month. That's how you grow a big customer base. So do some special things. When you get your first order, do a shout out, do a little welcome or not welcome, a thank you for your order post. Put it on your stories, put it on your wall. You'll see me do those sometimes. You see the other leaders do those. People like to see their name, like they feel special. And that's our job. Our job is to make people feel special. That's what I love about network marketing. Like I could go make money and be like a TikTok affiliate or something, but I would never because I can't help people and make people feel better like we can in this business. So I just love what we do, first of all. But you make them feel seen. You make the people, I would love that. If I bought them something and they're like, hey, thank you, Amber. I'm like, oh, she said my name. So do that. Do that for your customers. And now let's talk about getting your first customers. You know, Tiffany Malott, she got out of coaching, but was a friend of mine and a coach in network marketing. And she always said it's okay. Like when you're first starting, building your business on friends and family isn't a solid business plan. Let me start with that. That's not what we're going to have you do. You're going to get real customers. We're going to learn marketing so people are coming to you. Okay. But that doesn't happen in the beginning because it takes time to build. So she always said friends and family are low hanging fruit. So low hanging fruit, easy ones. Um, could be. My friends and family never supported me. They never bought from me. So that is very common. So if that is you, don't feel bad. It's pretty much a lot of us. But if your friends and family are supportive, just say, hey, and this is the conversation I would have. I would say, hey, I would love for you to try this toothpaste. You know, just something that's easy. At convention, no, it wasn't at convention, it was Cassandra. Cassandra is one of our biggest leaders on our team. She's in France underneath Jennifer Hagenmeyer, underneath Katie's line. And she said that they get into the bathroom, like they have sales. Her girls are selling like 16,000 a month. What? Like 8,000 PV. That's crazy. But it's because they go to like people's houses and they go in their bathroom and it's like, you need this and this. There, there must be more friendly in France. Okay. I don't think we're gonna do that. I mean, if you do, you're a go-getter. I bow down to you. But I'm not gonna do that. Maybe virtually, but instead I am gonna replace, like she said, is they replace one item in the bathroom, and that's what they start with. So in the bathroom, or maybe one item in their supplement drawer, maybe one item in their makeup bag that they don't already use, just so they can get to it's that one sale, it's that one low-hanging fruit, right? And then they're going to try the products. They're going to see them every day and they're going to like them. We have really good products. They're going to want to try more. So just even trying to get that one item, think of what you are going to mostly be talking about. I mostly talk about nutrition. Tiffany mostly talks about hair. You know, my sister Lacey mostly talks about the makeup. Cindy mostly talks about the skincare. So think about what you think your your hero product's going to be. It's all different for all of us. Mine, Aloe Glow and L-carnitine and ACV gummies. Like that's pretty much all my sales. Is that's what it is. What we talk about is what we're going to sell. So really think like, what do you want to be your star seller in the line? Um, I do think nutrition's the easiest. It's consumable. They have to order it every month. It's something that I would take in the morning, real easy. Not every day I wear makeup. So nutrition, I think, is a really easy category, but that might not be everyone's passion. You might be more passionate about hair or skin or makeup. So I want you to think about that. Think about that. If I'm your sponsor, if you joined with me, get with me and tell me what you really want your account to be about. And if you're not with me, get with your sponsor that brought you in. Tell them what you want your account to be about because we get to decide. I wasn't a health and wellness girl. I was a eat Twinkies and watch Netflix girl. I wasn't a health and wellness girl, but I'm like, you know what? I want to change that. I want to be more healthy. I want to be around here longer for my kids. I'm going to turn into a health and wellness girl. We can choose whatever we want to be. And that, you just start making your content towards that. And that's you get to choose. I think that's awesome. So I want you to take tonight and think about that. Think about what you want your account to be about, who you're trying to reach. Think about maybe there are some instances that you went through life that you could help other people with. Think about that too. Like, what circumstances in your life have you gone through that you can talk about and that you can be an advocate for, or you can help other people with? That's a platform. That's a platform. So for me, I talk a lot about my son who has autism. And I have a lot of other autism moms who follow me. And, it's a really great space. And you're building community. So you're not just building sales, you're building a community of people. So think about maybe some instances you had, I can't say that word, instances you had in your life that other people, you could help somebody. If you weight loss is a great one. If you, like, I had a woman who I coached a few years ago, and she had gastric bypass. Am I saying it right? And she had her stomach stapled, and she's like, I that's what I've been through. So I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it. And we brainstormed together. And not a lot of people who have that surgery, like they don't talk about the surgery. But she's like, that's what I was Googling. I wanted to hear how people recovered. I wanted to hear, how it went before. Like, I wanted information, but nobody was talking about it. She's like, nobody talks about weight loss surgery. She's like, it's just as hard. Like, it's losing weight's hard, but this is hard too. So she started advocating for people and saying, this is hard. I have to follow a strict diet. I had to lose a certain amount of weight before I got this. And she started giving tips on what she ate. Like, she started just giving tips and reaching out to that community. You guys, she had a $10,000 month, and she never used to sell anything hardly. I mean, like $75, $150. She had a $10,000 month. She had a video go viral with people who were looking to get that done. She went through something that could help other people. So think about, what is that in your life? Maybe it's single parenting. Maybe it's putting yourself, I don't know. It can be anything. You get to choose. That's the best part. So if I'm your sponsor, please get with me and let's brainstorm. Tell me what you want your account to be about, and then I'll help you um, get your profile ready. And ChatGPT is a huge help, you guys. Tell it exactly what you want your account to be about, who you're trying to reach, and say, write me a bio. Or write me a bio. And we love ChatGPT. So, okay, do you guys have any questions? I think I went over a lot of stuff. You're probably like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of info, because that's how I felt. And our Zoom ends in 10 minutes. So let's take questions. Okay, I'm gonna look at the chat, but I'm also gonna look at people to see if you have your hand up. Why can't I see everybody? I don't think anybody's. If anybody goes, I'm sorry. I only see beautiful Bethany. You're the only thing on my screen. Um, let me make it so you guys can maybe unmute. Let me just look at the chat. What if your new team member wants to focus on everything? How can you help them with that? It's gonna be it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be. I mean, you can, like, I use a little bit of everything. I use our makeup. I use our hair products. I use our perfume. I use our toothpaste. I use everything. I have everything. I replace everything with pharmacy, but I don't sell everything. I feel like when you try to talk to everybody, your voice gets lost in the crowd. When you focus on a particular thing, your voice is amplified. And that's how it works on social media. So I would tell them it's okay to show, like I show all the other products too, but my focus of what I talk about, it has to be something that they use every single day. Easy to demonstrate. And tell them too, like, I don't want to say you guys, I have, they don't sell the nutrition. Like that's not their passion. They love the makeup or the hair stuff. So I'm not like forcing everybody like just do nutrition, but I will tell you it is the best seller. It really is. Oh, I'm so happy you got notes. And you can always message me if you need anything. I keep looking at my clock because, well, this ends soon, but we have a power hour at 8. All right. Any other questions? I can't see everybody if you have your hand raised, so I apologize if you do. I can't see it. I don't know why. But I am looking in the chat. Yes, replace what you can. And I always say, I I shouldn't say I hate. I don't hate nobody. I strongly get annoyed at leaders in network marketing who just want their team members to spend as much money as possible on like things that they don't really need. Yes, I want you to have the products because if you don't have it, you can't sell it, you can't show it. And why would you? That's like saying you own a small local coffee shop, but you're still going to Starbucks. No, you don't. But I also don't want you to like go into debt. So as you need things, replace it with pharmacy, right? Unless you can do like the main things that you use every day right away. That's why getting a kit's good. You get a big discount. I've been focusing on the nutrition, but my clients seem to always buy the makeup. Girl, there ain't no wrong with that. I wish I had more makeup sales. So your customers are clearly telling you they want makeup. Focus on the makeup. Focus on the makeup, but have your beauty drink as you're doing your makeup. You know what I mean? That's how the little ways you can incorporate things. All right, you guys. I think we're gonna end it because I think our Zoom ends 6 minutes. So if anyone has any more questions, let me know. I'm checking the chat. I'm just really excited you're here. Welcome to the team. You guys, our team website, teamsparkletraining.com. We have a lot of resources there. A lot of resources. Tonight we're going to have a power hour where we are going, and it can only be a power half an hour because I still did not upgrade my Zoom. I didn't upgrade, so we only got 45 minutes. So 45 minutes, not a full hour, 15 minutes shy. But we're going to be working on, there's certain tasks or optional on the Google Docs that I want you guys to use. That's what I'm going to be working on. Okay, you guys. Love ya, and I'm happy you're here. Bye, everybody. If you need anything, just message me. Bye-bye.